Okay, welcome to StarKe. This is a podcast where I've always had it in mind to be a voice for the people. I've had this idea in my mind since last year and I procrastinated, right? And here we are. So, welcome to the podcast with StarKe. Right. It is StarKe. And in this podcast, I'm just going to be talking about life in general. I'm going to be talking about doing life with Christ, most importantly. I'm going to be talking about my career as a person. I'm also going to be sharing experiences that has helped me become who I am right now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be, right? And it's just been a journey of mistakes, learning, becoming me, and also knowing Christ. So I welcome you all to join me, right with me, and we're gonna have so much fun together. And yeah, let's get right into it. So my name is Ife. StarKe is the name that my siblings call me. And I'm like, okay, this would be really great for me to use because it's something very special to me. And I believe it's something I could use for my podcast as well. Um, a registered nurse in Canada, internationally educated, originally from Nigeria. And I have my master's degree in nursing as well. What else do I have? What else do we have to ourselves? I think that's it. Oh yeah, I am very much single, and I think you get to know about me much down later in this episode or in this podcast. I welcome you all to like, subscribe, follow, share. You know, let's do this together. So I've always had this thing where I would always want to talk to people. I'm always very emotional about talking to people. I'm always like that. Like I always feel really blessed when I can talk to somebody and we have a conversation about, oh, this is how life has been treating me. And I'm just like the big sister, um, trying to offer some form of advice. Sometimes it really doesn't work, sometimes it does work, which is not really a big deal for me. I've just seen myself over this past few years, I've been more of talking people out of what has been going on with them. I come from a place where I believe that when you talk to people, some of your body get really reduced, and you feel this kind of relief when you get to talk to a lot of people. Not like a lot, but when you have a confidence, literally that's what it means. So that's the only reason why I'm putting this gift and trying to talk to people at large. Most importantly, helping people realize there's so much to life than what problem they are facing currently, or whatever good thing that is going on in your life, whatever bad thing that is going on in your life. Everybody has problems, and we're in this world to exist with people, to help people, and to do life with others. So that's the only reason I started doing podcasts. I've had some videos done, episodes done before, but it was just more of an audio thing. This is my first real video. Anyways, let's get back to it. And so that's the reason why I've always been a big fan of having conversations, reaching out to people, and communicating. I feel like when you talk with people, there's so much help you can render at that point in their life. And this is going to be a very safe space to have real life discussions. It's not going to be all sweet. I'm not a person that would let you believe that it's all rosy. No. There are a lot of things that happens, and if it's sweet, good. If it's not, all praise to Jah. But still, we would survive, right? There is no life that happens without challenges. One thing that helped me get to this point in my life is believing that when God wants to expand you as a person, there's always a difficult thing, like a challenge that you have to like go through, and that just increases like your thinking, the way you see things, and the way you could handle future challenges as a person. I am a big I've seen it happen to me. It has happened with me. Not like it's something that's happened to her. It has happened with me as a person. So um, it's just going to be real life experiences. It's going to be a space where we get to talk about challenges. We talk about good news. We talk about good things happening around, and how to help people. I'm all about helping people. Either be it a small way, be it a big way. I'm really big on giving an helping hand. If you know me, I like to help a lot. Not like monetary thingy, but just I feel like help comes in different ways, and you just get to choose which one works for you, right? So that's all about what we're gonna be doing here. So I'll be talking about nursing. I'll be talking about lifestyle gist, lessons that have helped me, like I've said earlier, and what has kept me going. I'll be talking about more of immigration. I really don't like to do a lot of immigration thingies, but I feel like there'll be a blend of that, just like experiences I had as an immigrant that was new to Canada, and sharing with others that will be coming in to Canada so you don't make that kind of mistake. So yes, there'll be some kind of talk on that, but I'm not going to really delve into that because I'm not an immigration officer. I don't take a role in that. I am a registered nurse, and that's what I do for a living. So yeah. So let's dive into it. Okay, so the reality of becoming is a very doubting phase of your life where you get to, you know what it means when you just say, I'm moving to a new country where you don't have nobody and it's just God. Like that reality hits you so deep, and you're like, wait, give me a minute. I'm trying to think what just happened. And in most cases, some people get so overwhelmed by the old sorts of starting over again. The reality of becoming is you trying to understand that there'll be seasons of doubt, there'll be seasons of failure, there'll be seasons where it feels like you're not progressing, where you're not at the same level with your other colleagues. There'll be seasons where you keep trying again. Somebody said, I don't like your application. You go back, you wipe your tears, and you go back and apply again. That's the reality of becoming. You're trusting God, even if plan A didn't work out. You're going back to your bed and saying, God, you know what? Today was great, although I cried for some minutes, but I'm still thanking you because I had something to cry about. Hold on. Sometimes it might not make sense when you hear people say they thank God about a failure. But realistically, like speaking from a personal experience, you thank God for everything, right? There's some failures that has to happen for you to become a great person. I don't know if now we're talking about Christ. There's some big, deep failures that have to happen to you as a person before you become who you're supposed to be, right? So it's just the reality of becoming. You have to be prepared. Your mindset has to be you have to really be prepared that it can either go well, it can go bad, it can be good, or nothing happens at all. But in all of that bracket, you're still looking up to God and saying, God, I thank you because it has not gotten to where I want it to get yet, but I am grateful for the opportunity. to be in this phase. A lot of people don't realize this, but your current lifestyle is somebody else's prayer point. So before you start self-loathing, questioning God, questioning everything, you have to be very accountable. Like, you have to understand that the reality of becoming is something that you can't just say plan A, plan B, plan C, everything will go by what you say. No. So you have to be very prepared about that. You have to know that you only have God. Like, there are sometimes it would get really tough and literally nothing would make sense. But you know what would make sense? When you go back to God in your little corner, crying, talking to God, and everything just happens the way it's supposed to happen. So that's what I have to say about this, because life has really taught me there are a lot of things that would happen to you as a person. You will be shaken up. See, a lot of things will happen to you as a person, but your faith and your belief in Christ Jesus would be able to pull you out from those situations. It's not just by you saying I have faith. It's literally like when you've applied or you've expected something to happen and you get a call that says, I'm sorry, we don't think you're the best fit for this job. We'd have to move to the next candidate. And you're literally like, I gave it my all, I gave it my time, I invested in it. What else do you guys want? You cry, you go back to God in prayers and be like, God, I thank you for the interview. I thank you because I even had a chance to speak with the HR. I had a chance to speak with the manager. And although it didn't work out the way it was supposed to, for some good reasons, unknown to me, I'm grateful for many more to come. Literally. That is what it means to believe in God, right? So that's just the reality of becoming. And life has taught me there is more to, oh, it happened, oh, it worked out, oh my God, it got approved. Behind all of those happy moments, there are moments that you've had to cry, that you've had to question yourself, you've had to doubt yourself. And it is really, really okay to go through those moments. Like, something I see people do is they just want to get to that very big point. Like, you want to go in and just boom, accelerate to the very top level. And people don't understand that life is more than you just moving from grass to grace suddenly. There are process to getting to that point in life. And unless and until you're ready as a person to not get overwhelmed by all of those factors, you don't have that sorted out yet. So it has to come from like you believing that, okay, let's say you want to travel to the United Kingdom. You're saying this within yourself that, yes, God, I'm going to go there. But at the back of my mind, I know there are a lot of things I would have to face as a person, but I'm choosing to believe that you have gone before me and you have said that even when things are tough, I'll be by your side. I am trusting you to make everything happen for my good. When you say you're trusting God, doesn't mean you're trusting that God will make everything happen, rosy, sweet, and all of these things. No. Your belief as a child of God is always tested by how deep-rooted you are when you have challenges, right? So that's the reality of becoming a person, right? So well, so the next one is like faith naturally enters. Yeah, I feel like for me, my faith became much more, I became more grounded in faith the moment I began to take God, like, began to take my journey in Christ really serious, right? Like, I worship with Avestas. I'm an online worshiper, and to be very honest, Pastor Bolaji's teaching has been so helpful to me. Not just my life as a person, but that's even the greatest part. It has helped me. It has helped my career. It has helped how I see things. It has shaped my mindset. Right. So it has made me more grounded in faith, literally. Like, anytime I feel like I'm backsliding, I always go back to like watch a sermon that talks about faith, that talks about this, that talks about that. And that's just me knowing that I really do not have no other person than God. And Christ is like my firm foundation. And it's either it's either Christ or nothing, right? And there's just a promise that myself and God has had, that I believe that when I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I'm fearing no evil because Christ is within me. So and I've also been able to like grow in difficult seasons. When I say difficult seasons, girl, I mean difficult seasons, like terrible seasons. And yeah, spiritually, as a person, I've not really gotten to where I want right now in my spiritual journey with Christ. But I just believe like life is a journey, and I'm not taking anything, I'm not rushing it. I'm living every moment. Like I started with this podcast, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. So I believe like that's what it is for me spiritually as well. There are a lot of times where things would happen, I begin to be like, oh my God, this didn't just happen. Like, oh Jesus, it feels like I'm tested backwards again. But one thing people have to realize is with Christ, you're going to have a lot of back and forth because you have the flesh. Look, this is flesh, right? So there'll be a lot of things that will question you as a person and also question your journey with Christ. So what I'm just saying in all is don't be too hard on yourself, right? Don't be too hard on yourself. Take it step by step. Take it day by day, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself as a person, spiritually, physically, emotionally, career wise. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm not saying don't work hard, but don't put so much pressure on yourself that you begin to sink as a person. So becoming is not always very comfortable, but with Christ, it makes it comfortable, even when there are big challenges that you have to face as a person. So that's just the very big importance of doing life with Christ, literally. Like, it only gets better, to be very honest. And so I've just been able to like do a little bit of intro. I would also be talking about nursing, my transition from being a registered nurse in Canada, getting to be a registered. What did I just say? Sorry, rewind. My transition from being a registered nurse in Nigeria and becoming a registered nurse in Canada. So I'll be talking more on that, to be very honest. So this podcast will be more on lifestyle with Christ, nursing, and yeah, any other thing would just be what you want me to talk about, and I'll share my 2 points on it and my, like, what I think about the whole thing. But like I said, it's going to be a real safe space for everybody, and I welcome you all with your questions, with feedback, any suggestions you have. So StarKe conversations will be immigration life, faith, nursing, personal growth, lessons, and conversations about adulthood. Just some good conversations that we could have on this space. And I would also want to say, like, if you are navigating life as a person, regardless of how old you are, regardless of your background, you belong here, right? It really doesn't matter where you're coming from. It really doesn't matter what history you've had in your life as a person. Just show up. Just pick your phone, listen to the episode, connect with me. We'd have a good time together, navigating life together, right? Like I said, an episode where you get to like have good conversations about one or two things goes a long way, and you participating in that is also very important. So um it's going to be something very relatable. Like, I'm going to be very real and honest in this podcast. One thing you have to know is I'm a very blunt person, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm a very blunt person. I'm not somebody that likes to like sugarcoat things. I'm not saying I'm disrespectful, but I'm going to say the way it is. And that's what this podcast will be about. Like, I'm telling you the way things will be. And not things will be, literally, like the way things are. And I'm just that, like, just being very honest about my journey, about everything that has to do with StarKe. But yeah, it'll be great. I have a TikTok page. I have an Instagram account as well. I'm also going to start a YouTube page as well, and I also have a LinkedIn page. So I welcome you all to the first episode of the StarKe podcast, and I hope we get to have a good experience so far. So if this is something that relates with you, kindly like, share to your friends, you know, your loved ones, and who would be benefiting from this as well. So it's going to be a great time, and I'm inviting you all to grow with me, to also do this journey with life with me as well. And see you all in my next episode. Bye. Have a good time.